Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 271. This was discussing episode number 1037, Believe in Luffy, the Alliance Counterattack begins, and the 1063rd chapter in the manga. This episode covers chapters, it basically covered from chapter 1015, basically 13 to 17, and pages 2 through 9 of 1006. So you can basically finish up one. Now, the way they adapt this is a bit out of order. Like, for instance, the ending of chapter 1015, that was actually at the very end of the episode because they kind of intersplice stuff here and there. I'm going to go basically the best order I can. Well, first off, basically, let's start with we picked over left last time when Momonosuke is confronted by Kaido. Basically, we have Momonosuke and Shinobu running away from Kaido. Excuse me, to get outside. Shinobu fires some kunai at him, and then Then we actually see her using the ripple effect, where she's able to fall off Okasaka. And that's the last see of them. Well, as what other stuff happens, we also cut to the Fire Festival briefly, where everybody's like honoring the dead. We have Otaku with Tama's master, the one with the red mask, she's basically wondering about her late father. We see a brief image of Yusuke, a close friend of Zoro who was killed. By the way, in case you're curious though, guess which characters are absent from this episode? You probably think it's like pretty much almost all the Straw Hats. Except for, Luffy, Nami, Usopp. And that's it. Everyone else is pretty much absent. Well, kind of anyway. You do see a brief image. So it didn't really let you anything at all. We do see a brief thing of CP0. Where they're just chillaxing, get info, basically what's going on. And that's it for them. Yeah, they're only on screen here this episode for like a minute and a half. They're like really quick. It's like brief discussion scene and move on. Well, in the case of, let's see. Oh, we do see the two big scenes that take a big chunk of the episode is basically first we have, one thing we have is we have Kid and Law basically agreeing to form an alliance to take down Big Mom. Of course, Kid calls him an all-time pirate, and he will wait for the new era that he's going to create. And of course, the scene ends with, after the very good dialogue back and forth, the fact that he suggested a temporary alliance, which I'm sure Law will probably agree with that, no problem. The other portion of the episode takes a good chunk of it, is you have Nami, Otama, and Usopp running to the stage area so they basically get activated command. They get really close, and Bugahoga, where she's about to make an announcement, think that, Luffy's dead again, and they get really close, and then Uti pops up out of nowhere. Yes, Uti, who headbutts Usopp. Yes, she headbutts Usopp, and of course, we also, by the way, running in the hallway, we reveal that Nami's climate attack can talk. Well, there's a reason for that. It's Zeus. Yes, Zeus is transferred to the climate attack. They do explain how the heck this happened. Excuse me. This is actually inadvertently done by Hera and Big Mom. Where Nami's trying to feed him some lightning balls. And watch I eat I think pretty much Hera ate Zeus's body, but not his piece of his soul piece. Not really, no. So, got transferred over to, the climate attack, which I find annoying. And in order to protect Nami, he transforms to almost like armored hockey, where he's almost like a partial club. He did knock out Uti, and of course, just the Uti, he does Nami. Let's use the lightning blast. You can't do that. Well, probably because Otama's there. So like enough, Usopp basically fires off one of his special attack green vine thing. We get Otama away, And then we pretty much build up to when we're going to lead to Nami using her attack. Now, the way the episode ends is quite interestingly. We have the polar tag, which actually has appeared in this new chapter, where it's like looking through the water, and all of a sudden they see something in the distance next to their sonar. I'm sure they probably have it. And they come across Luffy falling in the ocean. And they're shocked if I can see him. Yeah, and that's pretty much the episode. Absolutely fantastic episode. Can't wait to discuss next episode. And if you're curious though, when we get back to basically doing Robin and Brooke versus Black Maria, probably not for a little while, because the fight officially concludes in chapter 1028. We only just got to 1016. Got a little bit to go. Probably about, I'd say about 4 or 5 months, maybe. Be a while. Alright, next up is the chapter 1064, Egghead Labophase. The cover art is Germa 66A, and mostly occurs in Blackbeard Pirate, Volume 20 of Black Pirates, Kuz and Agur. Yeah, and here's a fun fact. We actually have a cover story that actually ties into the present day stuff. Yeah, that is actually a first for the series. Because you have these two and they're holding pudding. Yep. Chapter starts out basically have Doc Q, Strong, who's basically a devil fruit. And of course you have Blackbeard versus, Law. The pretty intense battle lasted for several pages. By the way, there's no way when he stabs him. Oh yeah, apparently it's revealed that the Blackbirds all have got devil powers. All the officers get powers now. That's the powers perk. And then we see Charlotte Pudding. Yes. Because they saw on the cover that, she was captured by the Black Pirates. Here she is. And she's bandaged up. And man, show the fact how beautiful she is by Charlotte from cleavage. Yeah, that's something for her. Now, here's the question. Why the heck is she held prisoner? Don't know. It's baffling. The chapter does not really explain. And, of course, continue fighting between Law and of course, Blackbeard. And then Kuzin, basically, you have the current fleet admiral being informed about what's going on. And then we finally come back to Egghead Island. 10 pages in. Excuse me. Then we see apparently there's like a devil fruit that turns Luffy, Jinbei, Chopper, and Bonnie old. Oh yeah, it's Bonnie's devil fruit power. Yeah, of course the Chopper is like, of course, Bonnie, couldn't you pick a better age disguise me as? Whiz. Plus, I get how you feel. It ain't really him. You can't let me be able to those ones up. We're gonna be in danger. Be nice, Luffy. Sorry, Bonnie. Been through a lot. So bad pesthesis. So the original was human, and these are clone of him. Makes sense. He have family. Can you turn me back too? Say this, Bonnie. Here's what I know about Kuma. He served as the wicked king of Cerber Kingdom until people drove him off and became a pirate. He affiliated revolutionary too, the Navy captured him and sent his life imprisonment. But they got punk bait and remembered him with muscle and lean abilities, so in exchange for taking part in a body augmentation clone development, Kuma was returned freedom as a warlord of the sea. Have they right? The warlord and clone soldier development I can understand. It looks like she has a freaking lightsaber. It's just me, it's looking like a freaking lightsaber stakes out. Yeah, it's a freaking lightsaber. He's like, being turned into a cyber was death sentence. So, being in prison every sentence. How many crimes did Kuma commit? And of course, yeah, Bonnie's like, my father was not a tyrant. He hated the war government. He never worked for them. They experimented by force. And Luffy's like, was that a laser beam saber? That's awesome. It's scrap heap. The remains of Vegapunk's mentioned that we could use. My point is the murder name of science. And then she turns back to the smoking hot babe that she normally is. My father told me he was from special people. But so what? They're getting right to force experiment. Yeah. And look, we have the classic 90s pose of boob and butt. Yeah. I'm not sure if Oda did that on purpose doing that, but just like, oh yeah, let's show off Bonnie's chest and rear end in the same pose. That was a common pose for the 90s because artists at times don't know how to draw women properly. Always implied that they had spines made of rubber. Tell him, yeah. And then apparently we have... This apparently is Vegapunk 1, and he's holding up Thousand Sunny. And they get to future Egghead Island, and then they're all given disguises as soon as they get there. Which here's the disguised crew. Yep. Before I show off the end here, I gotta show this off here. Yeah. Yeah, great look for the Straw Hats. You can see it look forward. Yep. So you have Nami and Robin and Future Tech look so sexy as usual. Like, is it just me, or is that apparently this jacket just happens to have Nami's tattoo on it? Of course, they love it. And then we have a very interesting ending to it, where Vegapunk 1 is contacting somebody. Who is it? Dragon. Luffy's father. Interesting. I'm definitely looking forward to the next chapter. But we're going to have to wait 2 weeks for it. Sadly. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Sickle of You. Excuse me. Next episode is going to be a comic corner. And then be on to... Excuse me. Girlfriend. Okay? Next video. Bye.